Listen, cheating is not a mistake. In this video, I'll break down 4 reasons why cheating is not an accident. I'll be talking about why cheating is not a mistake, the manipulation behind your partner calling it a mistake, and what you should do if your partner ever cheats on you, and how to stop your partner from cheating. So cheating is an action word. Because what is a mistake? A mistake is something that is unintentional, something you didn't plan, something you don't even think of, something that happened by accident. But cheating is an action word. Cheating requires a lot of processes to actually commit. So for example, before you start cheating, you probably flirt with the person. You start by flirting with the person, entertaining the conversation. So as a man, you start talking to the girl, you start reaching out to the girl. And as a woman, you start entertaining that man conversation. It tells you you are pretty, you accept it. Do you understand? You responded back. And after flirting, you create an opportunity. So as a man, you start creating that friendship, you start going deeper into conversation. And as a woman, you start receiving gifts somehow from the man. And what happens after creating an opportunity, you make a decision to actually sleep with the person or be with the person. And when the decision is made, a lot of men even book hotel. They pay for the Uber fee. That can be a mistake. You pay for Uber fee, you feed the person. And as a woman, you decide to move yourself from your location to that man's place or to the hotel, right? You allow the man to touch you. You accept that man into your body, into your soul. That cannot be a mistake. After committing cheating, you begin to lie to cover up your tracks. It means that you know what you're doing. Because if you don't lie to cover it up, your partner will discover. So cheating is an action word. It is never a mistake. And what is the manipulation behind people calling it a mistake? A lot of people, they will say, I was not thinking. I don't know how it happened. I was drunk. But the truth is, you knew that you can't control yourself if you are drunk. So why did you get drunk? So before you give all these excuses, you know what you're doing. Because there is a pleasure that comes with cheating that probably you're not getting from your partner. A lot of people even say, because you're not giving me attention. That is not true. Because if you're a disciplined person, you should know that you should resolve your issue with your partner and not look for pleasure outside of the relationship. And why do people call cheating a mistake? They want to escape guilt, right? You don't want to feel bad for what you've done. You don't want to experience the consequences. And a lot of people will say cheating is a mistake because they still value the partner more. They still want to be in that relationship. And they don't want to suffer for their action, right? And a lot of people also call cheating, a mistake because they want to deflect consequences. They don't want to be punished for it. So if your partner is calling it a mistake, it means that your partner doesn't want to take full responsibility for their action. And what should you do if your partner cheats on you? Number 1, don't justify the actions. I know this happens to women a lot. A lot of men will say, my man cheated on me probably because I'm not okay. Maybe it's my body or the way I dress. It is a lie. A disciplined man will not cheat on you if you don't dress properly. He knows what to do. The moment you start justifying it, you start giving them reason to cheat on you more. So number 2, don't rush to forgive out of the fear of being alone. A lot of people will, keep, being in a toxic relationship, forgiving their cheating partner because they feel they don't want to be alone. They don't want to start again. They don't want to start another relationship again. But what happens is you begin to lose your self-worth, right? You are enabling your partner to cheat more on you because when someone do an action and you don't punish them for that action, they will begin to repeat that same action. So as a woman or as a man, once your partner cheats on you, don't rush into forgiving them because you don't want to be alone, because you don't want to be emotionally, distant from your partner. Make sure they take full accountability of their action and take your time to heal. Do you understand? Don't rush into, accepting them back. If they are crying or they are trying to, beg you, tell them to relax because you need a time to process it. Because what happens is if you don't take your time to process this, you might begin to resent your partner even when you forgive them. So take your time and tell them to calm down. No matter how the woman is crying, because most people will cry, we wail and all of that just to manipulate you. Don't be manipulated. And before you forgive your cheating partner, there are certain things you need to do that your partner must accept, must take full responsibility that it is not a mistake. They must accept that it's an intentional action. Because if they don't accept, they will likely make the same mistake again. Don't forget that the reason why they call it a mistake is because they're trying to deflect from actually accepting their fault. So if your partner does not accept his or her fault, they will likely repeat it again. So before you forgive them, before you move into the relationship back, make sure they take full responsibility and they should be ready to build trust again. I explained that trust is like a saving account. When you do the right thing, when you do something consistently, when you fulfill your promises, you deposit money in the bank. But the moment you start lying, you start cheating, you withdraw money from the bank. And at a point, that savings will be emptied. And you need to rebuild the trust again. So when your partner cheats on you, make sure they rebuild that trust again. It is okay. It is okay to make them take full responsibility. And don't feel bad for actually, enforcing it. Because if you don't set boundaries, what happens is they will begin to repeat the same action again. They will cheat more on you because human being always tests their limitation. When somebody does something bad to you, they will test if you can accept it. And the moment you don't set clear boundary, either as a man or as a woman, your partner will, they will go beyond limitation. So you have to be careful with your cheating partner. So cheating is not a mistake and is never a mistake. And how can you stop your partner from cheating? The only person that can stop your partner from cheating is that your partner. Because if they are not ready to change, they will never change. You can't change your partner from cheating. You can only set boundary or leave. If that person is not ready to be disciplined, that person cannot change. Your partner cannot change. So the only person, because change requires personal discipline. It requires efforts. It requires internal conviction. So if that person is not ready to change from within, you cannot change them. And if you are looking at finding the right partner, because sometimes the person you are with is not the right partner, or you are looking at building a lasting relationship, I wrote a special book for you. And the title is The Love Formula. You can go on my website, israelonadare.com, to purchase the book, or go on Seller, or go on the link on my bio to purchase the book.